Hey YouTube, I'm Ben, and you're watching Ben and Colton Golf Channel. Now unfortunately, Colton's out of town today, so he couldn't make the round. But we're here at Eagle Point Golf Resort, just outside of Kamloops. Now Eagle Point's set on a ridge, and it actually follows the contours of the land. Lots of pine trees and lots of fescue on either sides of the fairway, so you know what that means. You better be keeping the ball straight. Now, let's play some golf. Alrighty, so here we are on hole 1 at Eagle Point. I'm going to be playing black tees today, which are about 6,700 yards of the tips here. We got black, gold, white, and green, or no, white and then red, sorry. And so on hole 1, you got a elevated tee off with, pretty significant dogleg right. And to play it through the fairway into those trees, you're about 250 yards. The fairway side bunker just on the right is about 220 yards. So anybody who's hitting a reasonably long hit with a fade, if you're right-handed, should be good with driver. But if you're going to be hitting a straight ball off this first hole, then probably going to lay up with a 3 or 4 iron. So see how she goes. Okay, so here we are at hole 2. 350 from the golds, 370 from the blacks, and another dogleg right, so back-to-back dogleg rights. And as you can hear in the background, you're gonna get some roosters crowing throughout the day, so let's go. We've got some fescue down a pretty significant side slope with slippery ground, so we'll see how I fare. Alrighty, just finished up hole 2. Ended up in a lot of trouble, as you saw there in the fescue, so note to self for the rest of the round. 16 holes to go. Stay out of the thick stuff. Okay, so here we are on hole 3, long, straight, par 5. Build some momentum, about 500 yards from the tips. Let's do it. Did you see that? Hole 4 here, about 175 yards from the blacks, 150 from the golds. The greens are running really nicely. They're a little bit slower, and I think part of that's probably due to the moisture here. It's pretty early morning and it was raining all night, so. But yeah, definitely can't complain. A lot of putts are going in. Why, hello down there. So here we are. We've got hole 5. It is a par 5, and as you can see, the fairway and the green, pretty much the rest of the hole is blind, which is why they built this beautiful ladder here. You come up, check to make sure you're not gonna hit into the next group. Love seeing that.
Start that over.
A granola bar stuck in my throat. Hole 5, 570 yard par 5. I hit a fade usually with my driver, and it's a dogleg left, so just wanted to stay out of trouble. It worked well. Had a 3-foot putt here, and up till this point the greens have all been running pretty straight for some of those shorter putts, and I ended up actually just missing it wide. I thought it was a push, went back and re-hit it, and it's actually quite sloped. The number 1 cap on the course, hole 6 on the front 9. About a 400 yard par 4. A little bit squiggly around a pond in the middle, and there's trees that are pretty much straight off the fairway before the first dogleg to the left there. Trees are about 230, so watch out for those. Go. Hole 8 here, about a 393 yard par 4. Looks to be relatively straight, although I can't really see anything. We got some pretty heavy fog rolling in, which keeps us on our toes. Should be a fun one. There's a little hidden pond here, and we were teeing off. There's all that fog, so literally could not see that. My drive came straight for it. I'm coming up here, I'm like, oh, that's great, 1-stroke penalty. Somehow, I landed just on this side of it, and I'm about 120 out, so definitely watch out for this pond. A couple bunkers over there, and a real narrow one. Hole 9, 440 yard par 4, so a bit of a longer one. Sharp dogleg left, about 255 to hit it through the fairway. So one thing to really consider on this hole, You've actually got the driving range. It kind of loops, it's a bit of a dog leg left and it loops around the driving range. So there's out of bounds anything left of those white stakes. So if you're hitting a draw or if you're left-handed, definitely something to watch out for. Hole 11 here, big dog leg right, lots of dog legs. That's kind of what I was mentioning in the intro, is that it's really, this course really plays to the contours of the topography and landscape, which is quite fun. You're about 300 yards to hit it through the fairway here, 200 yards to the 150 from kind of between the golds and blacks here, and some pretty big tall trees on the right. So you want to make sure you get past those so that you can have a look at the green. If you hit, you know, maybe a 5-iron or a 6-iron, you're going to be probably in trouble around those. Come on. No! Oh! Hole 13, 350 yard, par 4. Sharp dog leg left. You theoretically might be able to reach it with your driver, with the exception of the fact that there's a pond right between the hole and the green, up next to the green. So definitely a layup hole. If you hit driver straight, you're going to be hitting it through the fairway most of the time. Hole 14, beautiful hole, overlooking the valley, tough to beat, par 5, 481 yards. And have no idea where I'm going here off the tee. For that reason, I'm hitting 3-iron, gonna hope for the best, and then probably play a little bit of a layup. I love walking up when you don't know where your ball is and you walk up there and it's tight. Yes! That's huge. Hole 15, par 3. They created a new black tee box up high of the hole, so the golds and other tee offs are actually down the hill here. It's actually playing 239 yards from this tee box. You got water in the middle, trees up behind it, bunkers at the front of the green, and 240 yards, a little bit downhill. So hopefully the 3-iron can get us there.
Come on! That's such a good shot, Tim!
Woo! The back nine here is just so scenic. And don't get me wrong, the front nine is fun and scenic and in obviously equally as good condition. But if you're coming here, don't just play 9 holes. Hole 16, 381 yard par 4, hitting over a nice big pond, got a red barn on the left side, and laying up here. It's a really narrow fairway with trees and fescue on both sides. It does funnel into the middle a little bit, so for straight hitters, you should be fine to hit driver.
No. Gets through. Didn't cut. Just squeaks through the tree there.
Strapped up 17, super narrow, and definitely got the better of me. I think one of the things I did want to mention is just that, you know, it is a little bit more of a forgiving course, generally speaking, and then you have the odd narrow hole. So I like having, you know, that added layer of difficulty in on some of these courses we're playing. So I think this one definitely has the opportunity to shoot some really low scores, but yeah, watch out for 17 just with how narrow it is. It's tough to lay up because it's long, but it's also narrow. So wrapping up the round on hole 18, 500 yard par 5. Big, long initial segue down into the valley. Looks like there's a pond in the middle, probably some bunkers up by the green. And then at the end, there's just a short little dog leg right. So I'm not sure if this is hittable in 2, but we're gonna find out here. Just wrapped up the 18th here at Eagle Point Golf Resort. Had a blast, super fun course. You know, one thing to consider is with a lot of the trees being gone, it is a little bit more forgiving than a lot of courses out there. But I think, you know, for golfers of all skill levels, you're gonna come out here and have a good time. Not really any complaints at all. The greens are rolling, you know, true to the reed. Actually, I had a difficult time reading them in lots of cases, and they're green. You know, the greens are green, the fairways are green. There's no houses around, so you really feel one with the course. So, oh, who could that be? Oh, it's Big C. Big C, what do you have to say about Eagle Point Resort here?
Hey guys, Colton here. Thanks for tuning in. I'm sorry I couldn't make it today. There's nothing I wanted more than be playing Eagle Point. Emphasis on the Eagle. I hope the carts were fast, and I'm sure Ben did a great job of taking you through it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Thanks for playing with us.